All right, so welcome back to the online Women's Basketball Summit. Today, I am super stoked, excited to have my former college coach on with us, Coach Jack. It is a pleasure to have you. Welcome. Thank you. So it's been a long time since we have chatted. So I know, obviously, you were the head coach at Hofstra, but I'd love for you to tell everyone listening kind of your background as a standout player at Syracuse and then going up the coaching ranks.
Great or bad, I just wanted to make certain that they remember my name when I left. And I played with a lot of passion. I was a post player, undersized post player, and we won a lot of basketball games. And when we graduated, we were inducted into 4 Hall of Fames. I became the all-time leading scorer and rebounder in the history of the program. And I held that title for over 20 years. And they invented that three-point line, and some young whippersnapper sat behind the line and hit threes, and so we've lost that title. But it was a joy. It was a pure joy to attend college and to hang out with my teammates. And to this day, my teammates and I are still friends, and we get together once a year for the last 30 years, including my college coach. So I just think that it's an experience of a lifetime. And as a coach, I'm trying to make that experience of a lifetime for my players. I want them to always feel connected to the university that they attended and the friends that they met through the process.
Well, you did have quite the career, and I never knew that when I played for you at Hofstra. So we met when it was your first head coach, and I still remember when I first met Coach Jack, I was actually in the weight room working out with one of my teammates, and she came in and basically knew everything about us, knew everything about me, and knew everything about Tara was next to me. And that just struck me that this woman did her homework on where she was coming, because I met about 3 or 4 other coaches that were trying up for the job, and you were the one person that was like, you're Tara, you're Jen Brickey, we know you. So I just loved your energy and enthusiasm the minute I met you. I wish I had more time with you at Hofstra, because I think we would have done bigger things. But talk about you were assistant coach at Syracuse after you played, and then, so tell us about that, and then on to Michigan State.
Okay, I actually was an assistant coach at Boston College when I first got high school coaching.
Okay.
High school coach for 2 years.
Yep.
At West Hill High School. Then went to Boston College. Came from Boston College after 2 years, Syracuse University. Got an opportunity to go to Michigan State with Joe, to work with Joanne P. McCauley, who's now at Duke. Worked for 2 years. My dad passed away, and I knew I wanted to come back to New York. There was 2 jobs that were available at the time. There was Hofstra, and it was Albany. And I applied for both of them. And I said, I just want to coach kids that want to be great, you know. And Hofstra called me back first. And I went down. I did my homework. And I realized that you guys were a team that just became a Division I program, and you were really okay with being average. You guys, you weren't, not all of you as individuals, but as a team, average was something we've done there. But one thing I loved about you guys, I look at your GPA, you all were really smart. And I said, well, with smart kids, I can put something in their belly to show that intelligence on the basketball court. And we were able to do that with you guys. You guys were ready to not waste your time anymore, if you will. And we went out there at the first year, Jen, and we didn't win a lot of games. We won 8. But we also lost about 7 games by 3, including Georgetown and these big name schools that's supposed to blow you guys out, because that's what was the consistency. You wanted something different, and I came at a good time where I met your want with my passion. And together we really changed the way people saw Hofstra that first year. And unfortunately, you left. But before you left, there's a kid on our team. I'll have to tell this story. She was a really good inner city kid. And we kind of said, oh, we need her because she's good, but she's not following the rules of what we stand for. And so we took a vote as a team to say whether this kid should stay on the team or not. And it's a private vote. And that we said was, just give me in your little hand, and I would put it in my pocket, and we'll just count the votes. And before we even started that, you came up and said, I don't think she should be on the team because she doesn't stand for what we're trying to build. And this is who I am. Give me your note, and you walked out. I thought that was like profound because majority of your players was going to go back to the way it was. Let's just be happy. Let's get our grades. Let's lose and not really care outwardly. Inwardly, we're going to be sad that we don't and don't stand for something. You gave your teammates permission to stand for something bigger than themselves, including if it had to be removing somebody that's not going to help us. And I think that was when change really occurred at Hofstra. And you were a major part of that. One little act of what's right made Hofstra women's basketball, not that year, but the second year, dethroned the Old Dominion women's basketball program.
Yeah, so I know after I left, Coach Jack took Hofstra to probably be the program that it is today. It's got a winning culture now, and Coach Jack started that. Again, I just wish I was a part of it more. So you went to Hofstra, turned that program around. I mean, everywhere you've gone, you've just brought winning. It's your attitude. Then from Hofstra, you went on to Indiana, and now you are the head coach at the University of Buffalo, and it's year 7 or year 6? Year 6. Wow, time flies.
I didn't care where I coached, what I just didn't know. I thought winning was easy because when you believe in something and you work in a unified group and everybody's doing their part, we're in the foxhole together, coaches, managers, whoever's our staff, whatever. And I thought that we were going to do a great job and take that to like national prominence. Connecticut did it. Why can't Hofstra? And so by year 4 there, we were ready. We knew that we were going to play a big time team in year 5, because that 4 is when you get your 4 your kids in.
Yep.
Year 5 is when you're supposed to emerge. And so year 2 happened. I contacted Joanne P. McCauley, and I asked her if she would play us in a couple years. So we're not ready yet, but in a couple years, can you play us? And her schedule was always 2 years out. And by year 5, she was willing to play us. Paid us, and they were going to go down and play. But before that happened, Indiana called, and I took an opportunity with them. But that 5th year, that team that really believed and was ready to fly went to Michigan State and beat them on their own home court. They were ready. And so we took Indiana job, not because it was a bigger job.
Yeah.
Or, actually I had to be able to pay rent. I was making no money. I was like, I love this place, but I can't afford to live here anymore. But I went to Indiana, and those young ladies had 2 coaches in 2 years. I would be the 3rd coach. They were having to practice all by themselves. Nobody was there for them. I felt my need to grow more young women had reached this calling point. And I needed to help those kids. And it happened to be Indiana. It could have been University X. It didn't matter. I just felt like God put it on my spirit to go. I didn't ask for the Indiana job. I didn't interview for the Indiana job. They came and asked me to come in. And I was number 3 at our conference at the time. Our Hofstra was number 3. We weren't really a great team. We won 19 games 2 years in a row. And I said, it's time for me to go and help this group of young ladies. And so we went to Indiana. We won our first 11 games. We won. We beat Notre Dame. We beat Kentucky, both at their place. We were ranked in the top 27 in the country, and we did a great job. And then we did a great job the second year, and then the 3rd year. Then that AD was fired. The president was fired. I don't take jobs because of the bricks and mortar. I take jobs because of people. And the people that hired me at Indiana, the people that Harry Royal hired me at Hofstra, love him to this day. He gave me my first chance. He's the AD at Hofstra. And Stuart Rabinowitz, president. I know the people that hired me because I invest in the people, not necessarily the university. And I know Rick Greenspan hired me at Indiana, and he was fired. and I didn't feel really comfortable even being here anymore. But it was my job to continue to grow these young women. Well, it didn't work out at the end, and we got fired in my 6th year because we didn't win. Over a 3.2 GPA, we averaged 3,500 fans. I was in the community loved us. The new AD, if he was the AD, I may not have taken the job. If he was the AD, he may not have hired me. I mean, we were the people that's supposed to have been together. And so I was fired. I was going to be a life coach. I was building a house in Charlotte, and I was really excited about my next venture of who else can I serve, with my faith and my love for the Lord and my love for people. And then Buffalo called me 3 months after I was fired, and they said, you may not get you were 6-21 your last year. The people that we brought in, just like they did at Hofstra, didn't feel right for us. Come in and just try. I'm like, 3 months out, I'm getting the job, And so we were blessed to get the job here, and we told them it's going to be about defense, and not defense about stopping you from scoring. Defending what you think belongs to you. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like this is yours, don't let no one take it. And so we defended as if our life depended on it. And we did a great job, and we won 12 games our first year, 17, 20, 21. This year we won 22 games. And we don't talk about wins. We talk about, what if nobody ever saw basketball before? What would they see if they looked at you? Mm-hmm. What kind of story would you tell in the rebound or the shot or the defense? That kid never saw you before. And so we keep it about passion and motivation and the game being a microcosm of life. And now we're here, and we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. What if it never comes? What will they know about you today? And so we put legacies in. I did that with you guys. What will your legacy be when you leave? And what is going to motivate you? What's that quote you're going to use to motivate you to make certain that legacy occurred in your 4 years? And they look at it every day. And these young ladies, I'm so blessed to be with them right now.
One of the reasons I love you as a person, but as a coach, is because of what you said. You invest in people. You coach the people, but you're also concerned about these young women, like what's going to happen after basketball. Like most of these girls aren't going on to play in the WNBA or professionally. Their basketball career, for the most part, is going to end, and they need to start being an adult. So that's one of the things I love with you. You try to instill, and to this day, I still, some of the stuff you instill in me has made me very successful. So when you came into Buffalo, what kind of traits and habits did you try to instill in the players right away to make it a winning culture and be successful?
Your academics. Your academics will always be before your basketball. And then it's your basketball. So if you don't have great character, I don't care if you're a pro, I can't work with you. You can miss layups. You can even fail a test academically. But your character has to be more important than anything else in your life. And so everywhere in my office, there's things that says character, academics, and then basketball. And I tell them all the time, you don't have to be here. You get to be here. You know where I got that from? This gentleman named DeBron Washington. He actually played at Hofstra. And I don't just coach my team. I coach any kid that needs assistance. And he lived in my office. He didn't really understand coach score all the time. And we talked about, you got to do your part. You can't, overlook the coach and say, this is what I demand. There's a personal way you can do it. You don't have to be here. You get to be here. And he reminded me of that just this summer. So I share that with our players. Whoever's here and that want to become, we can get after it as long as you have character, as long as you work your tail off academically. I just believe anybody can play the game of basketball and perfect something in the game that makes them important if you get after it. So we think we can coach you up. So those are the things. If we got a simple philosophy, you bring those 3 things here, we're going to have a chance. And I look up this up here, and the 2 things I have on my little blackboard is perpetual state of optimism. You have to be so optimistic about your own future as an individual that you know that I need to bounce out of this bed and get after my dreams, my goals, or my vision of my future. And the next thing I have is there's no force more powerful than a woman that's determined to rise. Anybody can be great. Well, why are you waiting on somebody to say, hey, you can be great? Okay. No. You got to start having that in your own belly. And you got to get after greatness on a daily basis. I can help guide you. My door is always open. You got to come in and say, Coach, I need your assistance. And I'm just going to push on your back gently. If you need a punch, I'll punch in your back. You got to push forward, because every woman that's determined to rise can become. You got to know that for yourself. So we talk about that on a consistent basis. And my prayer is after you guys leave me, that you don't just become great student athletes with character or great young ladies. You become phenomenal women that becomes a force to be reckoned with. And if we never win a game, and if you can call me back and say, Coach, this is what I'm doing now, and I am not just stopping here, even though I'm the CEO or CFO, I'm getting ready to own this city, this state, this country, because you gave me permission to be great, and I have taken that, and I'm becoming. That's why I do it.
I love it. So 2 things. Number 1, I think there should be a photo of me and you in the office when I played at Hofstra.
Okay.
No, and number 2, again, one of the reasons I wanted to have you on this call is because I am a big believer, especially in young women, we need to empower them. We need to make them strong, physical females. We don't want them kind of shriveled up. And you do that. You try to put confidence in these young women. And I think that is lacking today in society with dealing with, high school and middle school girls on a regular basis. We need them to be confident. And that's one of the things I love about you. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear.
Yeah. So I was just saying is I just love that you instill confidence in your athletes. I love also that you have a big focus on academics. I remember when you came into Hofstra, I, for the most part, was a good student because the parents would have came after me if I wasn't. But you made me even go to study hall like the first semester. So talk about the focus you have on academics and how you carried into these kids, again, need to be student athletes before they're just athletes.
I was a 5'11" fifth grader. I was going to be the biggest person in the room. And the game of basketball gave me confidence to look people in the eye. But it wasn't who I was. I was a person. And so when I came to Hofstra, there was a young lady, probably your best player on the team. She rode her skateboard, had her little guitar. I won't even say her name. And I told her she needed to go to summer school because she was, bringing our GPA down as a team, but she was eligible. She said a 2.2. And she said, oh, Coach, I'm eligible. I'm not going to go to summer school. I said, oh, absolutely, you're going to go to summer school because you're better than this. And she said, no. And I said, you can keep your scholarship, but you will never play for me because you're showing me lack of character. And I think that's important that young ladies understand. Just because you're doing enough to get by isn't always enough. If there's somebody that sees some more in you, then that's a blessing. So now use that because you should see more in you than anybody. But if somebody can just see that a little bit more room at the top and push you a little bit forward, why wouldn't you accept that? Why wouldn't you want to become that? And then supersede that. I shouldn't want more for you than you do for yourself. Nobody here, no AD, no assistant coach could ever want more for me than I want for me. I want to be the best coach and be in a position to be on the biggest platform for the university to win a national championship, to give them the what. But more important is I can tell our story and let everybody that's women in particular know the value of you is 100. And you must be able to believe that inside yourself. We're 51% of the population of the world, but we hold 35 to 40% of the business of the biggest corporations in the world. How come? Because we're comfortable saying, I'm the wife of, and the president has to be this kind of a man, not a woman. We're comfortable being second. And as long as I got breath in my body, I'm going to share to the world that anyone can be first. It could be a man too. But make every possession, every job interview, every opportunity you get. So that's what I'm doing this for, so I can tell the story to all women that they can become something significant. And if one kid gets it, then great. If we get the whole population of 51% of the world as women to get it, man, how good could this world be? We say things, we do things, we empower so many people, but it's in the closet. Why can't we be on the biggest stages and empowered? Let's go.
I think no matter what you did in life, you'd be successful because you have an energy, you have a passion that's contagious. Whether you're a life coach, a basketball coach, I think you could be a motivational speaker if you ever want to retire. I love chatting with you the last half an hour. Is there anything else you kind of want to add, talk about we talking about, or? Thank you.
And I just understand Vanessa again, came from house strength. What excellence is in all of us. Knowledge crowns those who seek it. You can become, every woman, young lady can be great. And I hope that through this message, maybe one person can reach back to you and say, you know what, I'm going to become that person because I heard that crazy Coach Jack say it. If that can happen, this was a wonderful half an hour. And we are on our way to really changing the world.
Yeah. So in this conversation, for everyone that's going to be listening to this, I just want everyone to take away her passion, how she coaches her athletes up. She cares about them as people, not just athletes. And I think that's important with the game today. So Coach Jack, thank you so much. It was great to talk to you, see you in person. We'll have to see each other live eventually since it's been so long.